Imagine the thrill of Radiohead taking the stage again after over 7 years, but with a tantalizing question hanging in the air. Will they finally unleash new music to go along with this reunion? Fans around the world are buzzing with anticipation. And if you're a longtime supporter or just discovering the band's iconic sound, this news might just reignite your passion for their experimental tunes. Keep reading, because there's a lot more to unpack about their comeback tour. And later, we'll dive into the heated debates surrounding their public stances that could make you question everything you thought you knew about the band. Radiohead, the legendary British rock group, has opened up in recent interviews about whether enthusiasts should get their hopes up for fresh tracks following their upcoming performances in the UK and Europe. For context, if you're new to their world, Radiohead is known for groundbreaking albums like OK Computer and Kid A, blending electronic elements with raw emotion in ways that redefined alternative rock. Their return to live shows marks the first time in more than 7 years that they'll grace the stage, kicking off with multi-night stays in cities such as Madrid, Bologna, London, Copenhagen, and Berlin. These dates span from November 4th to December 12th, and tickets vanished almost instantly upon release, highlighting the immense demand for their live spectacle. These concerts represent the band's initial outings since wrapping up their extensive A Moon-Shaped Pool World Tour back in 2018. That tour concluded with its 77th and final performance at Philadelphia's Wells Fargo Center in August of that year, leaving fans craving more. Notably, Radiohead hasn't put out any new music since the album A Moon-Shaped Pool dropped in 2016, so the curiosity about upcoming material is palpable. In a fresh chat with The Times, band members tackled the topic head-on, sharing their candid thoughts on whether recording and releasing new songs is on the horizon. When probed about the possibility of fresh Radiohead compositions ever surfacing, guitarist Jonny Greenwood kept it straightforward. "I don't know." Vocalist Thom Yorke chimed in, adding a touch of humility and surprise. "We haven't planned anything beyond the tour. I'm just amazed we've made it this far." This uncertainty adds an intriguing layer. Will the creative spark reignite during their performances? It's a reminder that even seasoned artists like these grapple with the mysteries of inspiration. Just weeks prior to this interview, bassist Colin Greenwood offered some insight into their approach, describing it as taking a busking mindset for the 2025 tour. Think of busking as impromptu street performances where musicians play what's in their repertoire without a strict script. He noted, "This will be our first set of gigs where we don't have new material in the works as a work in progress. But who knows? Some ideas might bubble up or not. It's all part of the adventure." This suggests the tour could serve as an unexpected incubator for creativity, perhaps leading to spontaneous jams that evolve into something bigger. And this is the part most people miss, the behind-the-scenes magic of curating their set lists. In the same interview, the group confirmed they'll perform in the round, which means the stage setup allows the audience to surround the band, creating an intimate 360-degree experience that makes every fan feel like they're part of the show. To prepare, they've narrowed their vast song catalog down to roughly 65 tracks, all of which they're diligently rehearsing. Colin Greenwood mentioned they're all frantically learning these selections, emphasizing the effort involved. The band's setlist committee, consisting of Thom Yorke, guitarist Ed O'Brien, and drummer Philip Selway, makes decisions on the lineup just hours before each concert, ensuring variety. As Yorke explained, "We have too many songs," promising that no 2 nights will be identical. This dynamic approach keeps things exciting, turning each show into a unique journey through their discography. I also reflected on the reasons for such a long break from touring. Yorke offered a candid explanation. "I think things started to unravel a bit, so we had to pause. There were various factors at play. The performances were fantastic, but it felt like we needed to stop before we hit a breaking point." This wheels came off metaphor illustrates how even a band at the peak of their game can face burnout, highlighting the importance of self-care in the high-pressure world of music. But here's where it gets controversial. The band's deeply divided views on the Israel-Palestine conflict have stirred up significant backlash and internal friction. Members have openly discussed the criticisms they've faced, with Yorke revealing that the ongoing low-level Arthur Miller witch hunt, a reference to the playwright's experiences with McCarthy-era persecution, keeps him awake at night, pointing to intense scrutiny over their political positions. For beginners unfamiliar with the term, the BDS, Boycott, Divestment, Sanctions, movement advocates for economic and cultural pressure on Israel to end its policies toward Palestinians. And they've called for boycotting Radiohead's tour, accusing the band of complicit silence and supporting Israeli artists amid what BDS describes as a genocide against Palestinians in Gaza. Past events have fueled the fire. Radiohead faced criticism for a 2017 concert in Tel Aviv. Yorke clashed with a pro-Palestinian protester during a solo Melbourne show in 2024. And Jonny Greenwood has been targeted for his collaborations with Israeli musicians, including live performances with Dudu Tassa and public stands defending certain Israeli artists. Yorke has firmly stated he absolutely would not perform in Israel again with the band, while Greenwood politely disagreed, labeling the backlash as the embodiment of the left, where factions hunt for traitors, and critiquing how both left and right seek out scapegoats. He added, "It's disheartening that we're the closest they can find." This internal rift raises provocative questions. Should artists separate their music from politics, or is it inevitable that their actions reflect broader societal issues? Is boycotting concerts an effective way to drive change, or does it unfairly punish fans and musicians? And what does it mean when a band's members can't even agree among themselves? Could this fracture affect their creativity moving forward? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Do you support Radiohead despite or because of their controversies? Or do you think their stances undermine their art? Is there room for nuance in such debates? Or is it all black and white? Share your perspective and let's discuss.